Hello everybody, it's Cookie Lou in Arizona. It is April 2nd today. And I'm coming in with a little brief update. Um, Yesterday was April Fool's Day. I hope nobody had any wild and crazy tricks played on them. But this virus problem that this whole world is suffering with is obviously not an April Fool's Day joke. It's real. And I've been doing some necessary errands last couple of days. Even though I'm pretty much on lockdown like the rest of the country is, it's not that I'm fearless, I just am fearless enough to get out there and just do whatever I need to do that's important. Go to the grocery store, the drugstore, pick up prescriptions, run to the bank, and they're not letting anybody inside the bank. They have a security guard out there, and they're directing everybody to the drive-through window. Restaurants are closed. They do have pickup, but truthfully, I certainly don't want. I don't need to have any takeout food. I don't need anybody sneezing or coughing on my burger before they hand it to me out the window. I just don't do all my own cooking here. And my son went to Walmart at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he stood online for about 45 minutes. And he got me some toilet paper, one package of toilet paper. They are limiting what you can buy. And a big bottle of hand sanitizer, and he got me a bottle of bleach, container of bleach. And I think that's all that I needed, Food and stuff I have in the garage. I'm not bringing anything in the house unless I wipe it down before I put it in my pantry. I'm just taking the precautions. Everybody has to take the precautions. I just called a friend of mine in New York who's been hit pretty hard by this. And she lives in Long Island, near where I used to live in Long Island. I says, Jeannie, how's it doing? Oh, she was crazy here. She says, we're on lockdown. She says, we're not doing anything. Her husband is a retired detective who was working in some kind of security job in Bedford-Stuyvesant. Don't want to go there. He's not doing that anymore. He said, we're all just home. Her daughter works for school system. She's working out of the house. Her son's working out of the house. Her children, grandchildren were taken from college. They were picked up, all three of them were picked up from their colleges, and their dorm rooms were, packed up, and home they came. That's it. No college. It's all shut down. She says it's pretty bad. Another friend of mine emailed me. These are women all my age group. They're all in the 70s, all my friends. And another friend of mine that is in Florida, she winters there with her husband. And she says, no, this is the time when we go back to New York. And we're debating, should we go back to New York or should we stay here? In Florida, I says, you're crazy. Don't go back to New York. It's 100 times worse there, with the contamination. And stay in Florida. You got your condo there. There's no need to go back to New York. Just stay in Florida. It's safer for you and Joel there. And if, God forbid, you do need a hospital for whatever reason, you're most likely easier to get into a hospital in Florida than it would be in New York. They'll just stick you on a cot in a tent that's pitched up in Central Park. That's as much as the medical care you're going to get for whatever reason. So just stay in Florida. But she responded today. She said, I just got a phone call from a friend of hers that she plays poker with. She plays cards and goes to the casino, and she likes that, Maria. So she has a mahjong game that they do every week, and she has a poker group. And she just got a call from one of her poker buddies that 2 of their poker card players in their group got the coronavirus and passed away this week. So she said, I know, now it's hit home for her. She has 2 people I actually know got the virus and died this week. And so, needless to say, I don't think she's going back to New York. But anyway, that's just an update. It's starting to get a little bit more closer to my home as far as people I know and people that I know that are having friends and acquaintances that are getting sick and dying. So it's pretty sad. But yeah, New York is pretty bad. I don't know if it's just because it's a small island. Well, Manhattan's an island, yeah, but New York is as far as states go, is very congested. There's millions and millions and gazillions of people in New York, from the country to the city, and they seem to be getting hit pretty hard there. So, yeah, people are just staying in, trying to follow the smart rules, not doing anything stupid or risky. Just stay home and do the best you can with what you've got. Only go out if it's absolutely necessary, and if you do, make sure that you take precautions. Everywhere that I have gone in the last couple of days, they have that social distancing. They had at least 6 feet between you and the cashier at the counter, wherever you go. They have folding tables barricaded between. You have to stand behind the folding table, and so that's about 4 feet. And then there's at least 2 feet of the counter space that the cash register checkout girl is at, and they're doing it. They're taking precautions, and they're spraying down everything with bleach water. They have spray bottles with bleach water. They're wiping everything down. They tell you not to touch the counter. Stand back. Don't. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. So just be careful. Be smart. And take it seriously. This isn't a joke. You know. Sometimes you think that maybe this is more hype than it should be, but this is something where there's just too many people getting sick and dying for us not to take it seriously. So anyway, that's my little update for today. I will spend the rest of the day in the house. I just got the 2020 census that I have to fill out, and I'm going to do that online. I don't know if my mailman is using any kind of protective gear when he delivers the mail, but every time I get a letter, if most of it's junk, and I just throw it right in the recycling pail in the garage. And if I do have to open up a letter, I'm going to wash my hands right away. All right, people, that's about it. Be safe, be smart, take care. Bye.